it's just following worship here at LEA Crossing Over, and we had the opportunity to hear from Pastor D. Nadasdy through worship today. But now we're going to ask a few questions of Pastor about Lutheran education and his experiences here at LEA and sort of what led you to be here. So let's start with that. What led you to accept the opportunity to preach and lead the group today?
I think it goes back to my mom, who was a Lutheran school teacher. She taught first and second grade. I had her as a teacher. So growing up in a teacher's family, and this kind of brings all that back. I came up through Lutheran school system, so grade school, high school, college, graduate school was the only time I was ever away from a Lutheran school. So, yeah, and I've done this before, and they're very responsive, great listeners, and kind of really give themselves to the worship. So it's a great experience.
All those experiences in Lutheran schools, there had to have been a few educators who really inspired you and helped kind of formationally move you in your ministry and in your vocation and your calling. Can you talk about a few of those?
Yeah, I did mention in my my talk before the group, Miss Strauss, and I don't know where she's at now, if she's listening, watching. She was a speech teacher I had in high school, and for a year and a half, I pretty much stopped talking when I was at that age. And I think it was a lot of misbeliefs that I had about what would happen if I did talk a lot. People would make fun of me, or I'd say the wrong thing, so I pretty much stopped. And she really pushed me in speech class to do the speech in front of the class, and then to do the speech in front of an assembly at Luther South in Chicago, and it really did change my attitude. She used the gospel, as I mentioned, to give me the confidence I needed to do it. So, yeah.
As you approached your message today, what was it that you know, if the educators today left with nothing else, what was the central piece you wanted them to hear today that really was driving you as you prepared your message for today?
Yeah, I think that they have what they need to do the big crossings in life, no matter what happens. And I talked about, being burdened, being broken, and being bound. And those are kind of three categories that I think you can almost put every need we have into. And then how for our burden, Jesus offers rest. For our brokenness, Jesus offers wholeness and peace. And then for being bound, the freedom. And they have what they need personally for that. But also, once you're a Christian teacher, there's an obligation to share that big Jesus, who's the way by which we cross over with our children as well. And it's the great thing about Lutheran education is that they get that. They get that they're not just about transferring information, but they're about relationship with Christ, especially when the empowerment that comes from that kids need to pick up, which happened to me personally, so I grew out of my own experience.
Well, great. Well, thank you for sharing the message today, and we really appreciate having you here. Pastor D. Nadasdy, our wonderful worship leader today, here as we kick things off with Crossing Over.